How to prepare roses for winter. Stop feeding and pruning your roses around the end of August in order to discourage tender new growth from forming, which will be extra vulnerable to winter damage once the colder weather hits. Instead of plucking the blooms from the bush, leave the last of the season's flowers on the stem and allow them to turn into hips, also known as a rose's seed pods. By allowing your plant to produce seed pods, you trick the rose bush into thinking it's done for the season and it begins to go dormant. After the first frost, thoroughly water the soil around your rose bushes, ensuring you use enough water to penetrate several inches deep. The reason, once the ground freezes for good in the winter, your rose bush will have to take care of itself. Giving it a good soaking ahead of winter will help guarantee that it's able to quench its own thirst in its dormant winter months. As you prepare your garden and yard for winter, make sure to clean up and remove any fallen leaves around your rose bushes to prevent diseases and insects from overwintering near your vulnerable plants. If the leaves in question are healthy at the time of cleanup, you can go ahead and compost them to eventually be used in mulch later on. But, if you had a problem with a fungus, like black spot, or an insect infestation, you should dispose of the leaves and get them out of your yard permanently. After a couple of hard freezes have come and gone, pack 6 to 12 inches of compost soil additive around the crown of the plant to protect the roots and the graft union, where the rose species you are growing is attached to a hardy rootstock. Typically, the graft union can be found at or just below the soil surface and is often marked by a knobby scar or line. Climbing roses are especially vulnerable during the winter months and are at risk of damage from the strong, drying winds that come along with seasonal weather. To protect the canes of your climbers, wrap them together by bundling straw on the outside for insulation. You could also opt to remove the canes from their trellis or support structures altogether. If you do so, lay them down on the ground after removing them, then tie their canes together and secure them to the ground with landscape pins. Finish by covering them with a layer of mulch for protection. One final tip to keep in mind as spring weather slowly approaches: don't forget to remove your layer of protective mulch. It's a good idea to have it in the winter, but once the ground begins to thaw, any soil piled around the stem of your roses could cause it to rot due to increased moisture and temperature levels. It's also an ideal place for insects and voles to hide out, both of which can damage your plant's chance of success. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.